Hello and welcome to another episode of the BSN podcast. Today is Wednesday, September 21st. Hope everybody's having a good day so far and had a good rest of their day yesterday. It is, in fact, Wednesday, September 21st here today, coming off another big night last night in the world of sports. Aaron Judge hits his 60th home run last night. Yankees get the win. Mets just got off of a loss. Their game just ended a little bit ago. I'm doing this pod a little later on, so this is going to be up. Hopefully, I'll get it up right before the Yankee game starts. It's going to be a little bit of a quicker video today. Obviously, no video yesterday. We're doing a video here today. Going to be a quick video. We're going to get into Judge's 60th home run, talk about it, the history, all that great stuff. We'll break it down, get to the game last night, get you ready for tonight's game, and then we'll finish things off with the New York Sports Update. Not a ton today to talk about, or there is a lot to talk about, but due to timing, rather, we're going to keep it short due to timing. It's going to be a quick video today as we kind of witnessed greatness with Aaron Judge last night. And now today, 2 home runs away from beating Maris. He's only 1 home run now away from tying Maris. And last night getting 60 was unbelievable. The 5-run 9th inning, Stan hitting the grand slam. I mean, just phenomenal. Great win for this Yankee team. And you hope they can continue. Mets lost today against the Brewers. They'll be back in action on Friday against the A's. They'll have a day off tomorrow. Yankees will close out their quick 2-game set against Pittsburgh, and then it'll open up a big 4-game set at the stadium against the Red Sox. Rivalry. No, it does not mean much. Red Sox aren't going to make the postseason. Yankees are basically already in. No, it's not a meaningful game, but it is the Red Sox. It is the Yankees. It's at home, and those games could very well determine whether or not Aaron Judge hits 61 or 62. Or doesn't. I think a lot of people would love to see Aaron Judge hit 62 against the Red Sox, the rivals. I think we would all love for him to hit 62 tonight. I think that would be great. We shall see. It's going to be a lot of fun. So with all that being said, let's get right into it. Aaron Judge last night hit another home run, and he got to 60. And every year in sports, we witness some great seasons. Every year, and I'm not saying historic, but great seasons. For example, baseball last year, you saw Shohei. A couple years prior to that, you obviously saw the Judge rookie year. Years and years prior, a little bit earlier than that. Back in 2012, you had the Miguel Cabrera Triple Crown season. You could go even further back. You could even go to DeGrom, partial DeGrom's last season, where he was pitching great until he got hurt. There's always great performances in baseball. There's always great performances in sports. Every year, whether, Matt Patrick Mahomes is 50 touchdown season, something we don't see very often, him accomplishing that feat. Every year you see certain things in sports that just make you go, wow. But what we are witnessing from Aaron Judge on a night in and night out basis is something that we haven't seen since Babe, something we haven't seen since Roger Maris. That is what we are witnessing when we're watching Aaron Judge. I mean, you talk about great seasons in sports, right? This is an historic season. This is a season that we might not ever see again until, another 80 years from now. I mean, just think about it. We haven't seen a season like this since Babe Ruth. All the way back in the early 1900s. All the way back. Now look, like a whole 80, 100 years later, now we're seeing this again. So the possibility of us seeing a type of season like this is way, way down the road. You might not ever see this type of season again. That's how good it is. That's how special it is. So it's one thing to say he's having a great year. It's another to say he's having an historic season. He's having a season we haven't seen since 2 Yankee legends, Roger Maris and Babe Ruth. Those 2 guys going all the way back. And now he's putting together one of the greatest sports seasons we have ever seen. And he's putting on the greatest season of a New York athlete of all time. And it's not even a debate anymore. And it really wasn't a debate when he hit 40. It really wasn't a debate when he hit 50. And now last night hitting 60, even more so, it's not a debate anymore. Aaron Judge is having the greatest baseball season of all time. And oh yeah, he's having the greatest season of all time by a New York athlete, including all 4 of the major sports. And I know there's been some great runs, some great seasons by New York sports teams. The 98 Yankees, Judge tops a lot of those. Judge tops a lot of the great performances in New York sports. The perfect games, the no-hitters, the different seasons, the Super Bowls with the Giants. Many different seasons, many different great teams, great players have gone through the city of New York. And Aaron Judge has topped all of those seasons, and it's really not a debate. Doing something we haven't seen be done since Babe Ruth. That's how crazy it is. 60 home runs by a New York Yankee. Last time somebody did that, Babe Ruth and then Roger Maris. And he's 1 away from tying him, 2 away from beating him. And we got, 15 games left? So more than possible. It's going to happen. He's on pace, I think, for 66, 67 right now, total on the year. It's going to happen. There's just a matter of what night. Is it going to be tonight? Is it going to be tomorrow night? Is it going to be Saturday? Is it going to be Friday? Is it going to be Sunday? Is it going to be at home? Is it going to be on the road? Ideally, you have 5 home games here. Ideally, you get it done at home, right? Ideally, you got 5 games to get 2 home runs. Very likely. Judge has hit 2 home runs in a game this season, so it's very possible he gets it tonight. He hit 1 last night. It took until his 4th at bat. I think some people lost some hope towards the end there. But last night was unbelievable. And another thing with Aaron Judge, it's one thing to just hit home runs. If you're just hitting home runs, that's great. If you're hitting a home run when your team's down 10-0, phenomenal. Means nothing. You're hitting a home run when your team's down 5-0, phenomenal. Means nothing. What Aaron Judge is doing, he's dominating in big moments. These aren't little home runs here and there. These are home runs in big moments of big games. You're trying to win the division. You're facing a lousy Pirates team who put up 4 runs in the top of the 8th. The energy in the building is dead. You know it's dead when you see people leaving when Judge still has 1 more at bat left. That's how much people lost hope that they were going to win that game. Judge leads off the 9th with a home run, and boom, you get a double by Rizzo, a walk by Torres, a single by Peraza, and look out, Stanton comes up, who, by the way, struck out 3 times and was hearing some boos from the Yankee faithful. Steps up there, 2 strikes on him. What was it? I think 2-2 count. Line drive, home run, got out in a heartbeat. He hits a grand slam. Yankees win, put up 5 in the bottom of the 9th. And it all started with that Judge home run. Gets that curtain call. Stadium's all of a sudden making some noise. There was a point there where I'm sitting there watching the game, doing the book, and I'm sitting there like, are we serious? This is... You could hear a pin drop in that place. Rightfully so. They were losing 8-3 going into the bottom of the 9th. And it was so frustrating because you went into this 2-game series against the Pirates with the expectation Judge is going to do it. It's the Pirates. You hope you can get a win. It's a big series. It's 2 games against the Pirates, who right now are 55-93. Going into last night's game, obviously 55-92. They're not good. They're 31.5 games out of first place. They're not a good team. They're a rebuilding team. They have one of the worst batting averages a team in baseball, coming in at .221 on the season. Clay Holmes lets up the 3-run homer. The stadium, the energy just gets sucked right out of it. And boom, just like that, 5 runs in the 9th. And it all started by Judge. So many times this year, Judge has had big home runs. Even if the Yankees don't go on to win, he's had games where he hits 2 home runs and the Yankees lose 4-2. Or he hits a home run and the Yankees lose 3-1. He's the only type of offense. There's been times in games. There's been times in games where he single-handedly carries them. Puts up 5 RBIs, Yankees win. Walk-offs. Judge has always been a clutch hitter. Throughout his career. I know a lot of people always look at the walk. A lot of people, sometimes it annoys me. They define a clutch hitter by how many walk-offs he has. That's not how you define a clutch hitter. Not every time you're going to step up with the bases loaded or an opportunity to walk it off. A clutch hitter is a guy who, throughout the game, will come up in big spots and come through. Even last night, that's a clutch home run by Judge. Sure, in the moment, we were all pumped up that he hit it, but there was still that feeling that we're still going to lose. But hey, grand slam by Stanton. And that home run is what fueled the team. You get the curtain call, which was a little weird, and I know Judge didn't fully, he has to take it because it's a curtain call. You're not going to just not do it. I know Maris didn't, but, Judges did it. It was kind of weird because you were still losing by 4 runs. And then, boom, Torres, Rizzo hits a double. And you're like, all right. And then, boom, then the pitch, Crow gets a little wild, walks Torres. Good at bat by Torres. You're like, all right, first and second, now nobody out. Donaldson comes up, and that was big because it was like Donaldson was the big that was the big nerve-wracking at bat. Because, he has that potential of grounding into a double play. And the way the Yankee lineup is right now, Donaldson, if he would to ground out, and then Stanton with him striking out 3 times prior, if he strikes out, you're thinking to yourself, geez, 2 outs. And that's not negative thinking. That's just the way the game was going. And really, since Stan's been come off the IL, that's the way he's been playing. It's been tough. And I've always said that about Stan. I really think Stan's a big piece for this team. I like Stan. I think Yankee fans, and there's a lot of fans out there that are too hard on Stan. I think he's a phenomenal player, all-star this season. But there are times where when he's cold, he's really bad. And we saw that last night. When he hit the grand slam, though, you hope he's starting to break out of this stretch. But it takes him a while to get going. I mean, he was raking. Went on the IL, hasn't been the same since it came off. That's the big issue. He just hasn't been the same. When he gets breaks, there's times where he's raking. He's a very hot, cold hitter, but that's kind of what he is. I mean, he's not going to hit for average. He's not a guy that's going to go out there and bat 350 every year. He's just not going to do that. He's a power hitter. He's going to hit home runs. He's going to step up big in big spots. That's what he does, and he did that last night. But you're thinking to yourself, when Torres works to walk, who's actually been hot recently and 2 hits last night, which was phenomenal. He's been better recently. Torres, another guy, up and down, up and down. Really good in the first half. Very bad, rest of July. Really bad August. Much better recently here in September. Hopefully he takes that into the postseason. But you're thinking to yourself, okay, Donaldson comes up. And Donaldson, I understand he had a single earlier in the game. But he was, still, you never know with him. You never know what you're going to get out of Donaldson. You just don't. So he gets a single. It's then bases loaded, Stan steps up. And you have no outs. So even if Stan gets out, even if he strikes out, you're thinking to yourself, all right, it's not the end of the world. Because guess what? You got Cabrera coming up, who has been hitting better recently. And, I trust Cabrera. I do. And after that, you have Bader coming up, who, by the way, in his Yankee debut, 3 RBIs. So if he comes up with, I don't know, maybe a runner on second and third, let's say Bader, sacrifice fly, something like that, boom, he can get the running. And he had a good game. So those were the 2 big at-bats that you're wondering about. Because Rizzo, really good piece of hitting. Torres worked a really good at-bat. And then you look at it and say, all right, Donaldson Stan is going to make or break the game. That's going to make or break it. Because you're down 4. If Donaldson strikes out, Stan strikes out, you're thinking to yourself, all right, runner on first and second, down by 4 with 2 outs. You got to find a way to, you got to get another runner on and hit a grand slam or the merry-go-round, right? But that was a big at-bat. That Donaldson at-bat, I think, said it. Because when he hit that single, bases loaded, Crow's struggling. Crow, too, in the back of his mind knows, I can't walk him. Now, you could always say, oh, you had to, even if you walk him, it doesn't matter. But he doesn't want to walk Stanton, walk in a run, make it a 2-run game, and then, boom, a double wins it or a single wins it. That's not, or a single ties it, rather. That's not what you want. And I think that might have been in the back of Crow's mind. Leaves the plate over the heart of the plate. Pitch over the heart of the plate. Stan takes it. So all those things. Stan's clutch too. I mean, and again, this was all set up by number 60. Or by number 99 hitting number 60. So a phenomenal win for the Yankees. Cortez pitched well. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 Ks. ERA going in was 2.70. ERA coming out 2.67. 87 pitches, 63 of those 87 were strikes. And what was looking like a very frustrating night of baseball where we weren't going to see Judge's 60th home run and we were going to see an 8-3 loss to the Pirates turn into a night that Yankee fans, including myself, will never forget. A night that Judge will never forget. And, a night that hopefully kind of sparks this team back up to where, hopefully sparks this team up where take the game tonight, go on a little bit of a win streak here, put away this division, and get to the postseason and get ready for that. That's what you hope. So, big win for the Yankees. Judge hits 60, and the job's not finished. 2 more to beat Maris, 1 more to tie. Does he do it tonight? That'd be amazing. Storylines, though. Like, if he does it tonight, that's great. But if he does it against Boston, the rivalry, all of the history behind these two franchises, going all the way back to Babe, playing with Boston, going to the Yankees, the record, Maris, all that stuff. Like, it would be pretty cool to see that happen. But I'm also a guy that I just want to see it happen already, because when it does, it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be a great moment. I mean, it's really going to be one of those moments where you just got to sit there and take it in. Like, you could celebrate, but if you're at the stadium, just take in the atmosphere. Like, this is something you don't really know if you'll ever see again for a very long time. Because this is just, that's how good this season is. That really is. And it's historical. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. But these are the things Judge is doing. So, great win for the Yankees. And as for tonight's game, Yankees will look to take game 2 of the quick 2-game set. So, they'll look to get the mini sweep against Pittsburgh. Obviously, 7:05 start tonight. Looking forward to that. And, go Yankees. Go Judge. Let's get 2 tonight. Let's get 62. And then in that Boston series, let's make that Boston series just the add-ons, right? I mean, I'll tell you what. If Judge goes on a tear, just imagine if Judge goes on a tear in these final 15 games, hits like 7 home runs in the final 15 games, and gets to like 68, 69, and he's got like 2 games left, and he's trying to get to 70. Just imagine that. He needs 10 home runs to get to 70. If he hits 2 tonight, you would probably assume he'd probably be on pace for about 68, 69 if he hits 2 tonight. Again, that's how home runs are. If you don't hit a home run for like 3 straight games, it will drop to like 63. But if you hit 2 home runs in one game, it could go from 63 all the way up to projected to get 70. That's how it is. That's just how it is. So we'll see. Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And as for the New York sports update here, just going to do a quick New York sports update and close things out. Not really going to get into a ton of fantasy today, although I am in the playoffs right now. But games and stuff have already started. As for the games today, Brewers, Mets already happened. Brewers shut out the Mets 6-0. Nationals beat the Braves 3-2. So the Mets don't gain any ground on the Braves. And I'm sure Braves fans are frustrated because they lost to the Nationals and the Mets lost, so they weren't able to gain any ground on the Mets. So the division stays at 1 game apiece. Rays, Astros tonight, Marlins, Cubs, Red Sox, Reds, Phillies, Blue Jays, Orioles, Tigers, Rangers, Angels, White Sox, Guardians, Royals, Twins, Rockies, Giants, Padres, Cardinals, Mariners, A's, Dodgers, Diamondbacks. Yankees, Pirates tonight. Yankees come into this game 56-92. Yankees come into this game 88-59. The Pirates have Rodney Contreras on the mound. He's 5-4 with a 3.24 ERA. Severino, he's 5-3 with a 3.45 ERA. The over-under set at 8, 7-5 Eastern. Yes, by the way, tomorrow night's game, because I don't know if I'll be doing a pod tomorrow. I guess I'll have to see how the schedule plays out. 8:15 Eastern, Amazon Prime. Browns 101, Steelers 101. Browns are 4-point favorites. Over-under set at 38.5. Right now, I'm taking the Browns to win that game. Even though they had a terrible that loss against the Jets, which I'm thrilled about. I do think they'll probably find a way to bounce back, but we'll see. By the way, NFL game picks went 9-7 in week 2, so right now I'm 17-15 overall, getting ready for week 3. So that's my pick. Right now I got Browns winning right now. Again, might do a pod tomorrow. If I do it, I'll switch it up maybe, but as of right now, I got the Browns winning, and I think I'm going to keep it that way because I think they'll win. I know I predicted the Steelers this week, but without Watt, Trubisky doesn't look good. Offense just not very smooth. Browns probably going to win that game. And they're going to be frustrated off of that Jet game. Like, they're going to be anxious. Those are one of those games where you're so anxious. You just want to get back out there and win. Like, that's what you want to do. Turn the page. So, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But anyway, that will do it for the podcast here today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Enjoy the game tonight. For those of you who are going, and if you're sitting in the outfield, try your best to go catch that ball because that is a milestone of a baseball last night. The guy who caught it got to meet him, a signed bat, I think, and a couple other stuff. So pretty cool to see that. That will do it. As always, either see you back here tomorrow, or kind of the drill now. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Football Friday. We'll definitely be doing a podcast then. Maybe I'll get one in tomorrow. We'll see. So that will do it. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.